And if we didn't kill ourselves on the rides, we pretended to by smoking candy cigarettes. Remember those? Yeah, pop a cigarette in your mouth, grab your baby doll. Hey, look, just like Mom. Oh, wait, where's my martini? Right when I started to do open mic nights, I took a creative comedy writing class. It was at night, and when I got to the parking lot, the place was packed. Yeah, I drove around for about 10 minutes and finally found a spot that someone was leaving. I put my left blinker on and waited. Right after the person pulled out, another car zoomed around the corner, headed towards me, and then took a right into the spot. I stepped on the gas, and both of us ended up at an angle trying to get into the space. Yeah, it looked kind of stupid, but I was really pissed. We both sat there for like 5 minutes, too. Neither of us wanted to give up the space. Finally, though, cars were backing up behind us and started honking, so I looked at my watch and realized I was already late. I went ahead and backed up and let her have the spot. I was still pissed, though. I got a space a few minutes later, but I ended up walking in about 10 minutes late to the class. The first thing the teacher did was have everyone go around the room and say their name and something about themselves. We started out, and it got to one woman who said her name, and then she said that she was late because 2 idiots were fighting over a parking spot. Oops. Yeah, then it went a few more introductions until it got to another woman who said, "Well, I'm embarrassed, but I'm one of the people who fought over the space. I was running late, so I just had to steal it from that lady." I was up next, and I paused for a minute and said, "Well, I'm the lady you stole it from." The place cracked up. She tried to backtrack and say that, since she was taking a right into it and it was more on her side than mine, that she had the right to it. I said, "No, it's the person who got there first and had their blinker on, regardless of what side of the aisle the space was on." I took a poll, and the class agreed with me. Yeah, the rest of the class went fine, though, and we got some great creative writing tips. The teacher then told us to come back next week with a funny story we'd written, and he would give us some feedback. The next week rolled around, and I read my story to the class titled Parking Etiquette. It was a funny story about people who steal parking spaces. The class loved it. And yes, that thief woman did show up, and she got even more embarrassed. I can't remember what her story was about, but I do remember that was the last class she attended. I think her terrible parking etiquette did her in, or she didn't want to hear any more of my stories. The takeaway tip today, as you can guess, is to remember your actions do come back to you. Maybe not as immediate as this, but they will come full circle. So treat others, even people you don't know, with kindness. We really are in this whole thing together. And don't steal parking spaces. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out my website, theworklady.com. This is Jan. Take care and enjoy your journey.